really excited to be here because I'm at Yixing Xuan Teahouse, a very historical place. This is Charlene Low.
Hello.
And how old is this building?
This building, oh my goodness.
Over 100 years old.
Yeah, it's a conservation area.
Right.
So now we're
So
not allowed.
neat.
Yeah, we're not allowed to change the facade of the building.
Okay.
You can change inside, but you cannot knock down any of the structures.
Right. And your establishment? It's like an icon here in Tanjong Pagar. Tanjong Pagar, guys, 78 Tanjong Pagar.
Yes.
Yeah, and
so the tea house was founded by my father.
Right.
His name is Vincent, and he founded the tea house in 1989.
wow,
So we've always been around this area.
31 years.
31 years, yes.
Wow, some businesses don't even last 5 years.
Yeah,
What made your establishment survive 31 years? Not even survive, but thrive.
Focus, I
Right.
guess focus is important. Yeah, and then keep changing with what the market needs. We do the workshops when schools need them, and then the corporates need them.
Right.
Yeah, so we try to
You do tea appreciation workshops?
tea appreciation workshops. Yes.
Wow. I think that's it's going to be very unfamiliar to a lot of us. We don't even know what's the difference between the teas. So Charlene's going to dive right into it right now and then tell us what's the difference. She began by telling me that all the teas in the world come from one same
Tea plant.
Tea plant.
Yes. So the all the teas that you find in the market come from one tea plant. The botanical name of the tea plant is Camellia sinensis. So you find like white tea, green tea, oolongs. They all come from this one plant. Now the main difference is the part of the tea plant that they pick.
Right.
So small leaf or mature leaf. Or they include like large parts of the tea plant and then the processing afterwards.
Right.
So then you get different categories of tea leaves in the market. Yeah.
Okay. And how does a tea become white leaf or black leaf?
So, okay, if we talk about white tea usually, if it's a high grade, they only use the buds of the tea plant. So it's very small leaf. This is a white tea here.
Okay.
The color is quite light, and it's the least processed of all the teas.
Okay.
So because of that, it's got very high levels of antioxidants. The taste is mild. For oolong tea, which is quite popular, oolong tea usually mature leaves of the tea plant are used. So small baby leaves are not suitable to process into oolong. Usually mature leaves. It goes through a semi fermentation process to get the flavor and the sweetness out of the tea. So the processing is a little
Tiet Kuan Yin and oolong are
Yes.
two different things.
Oh, Tiet Kuan Yin is a type of oolong. So
Okay.
oolong is the category, and then
Right.
Tiet Kuan Yin is like a
Iron
one
Buddha.
type. Yeah, so we have like a Da Hong Pao, which is very popular. It's a type of oolong as well.
Right. So how did they get the name Iron Buddha?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is there a
Iron
Jesus
Buddha.
tea?
Jesus tea. Okay. So Christian, I understand that you're a face reading expert.
Yeah.
Would you mind giving me a quick analysis of my face? I'm so intrigued and fascinated.
Okay, I
by
was
this topic.
already looking at your face.
Yes.
Such an eye candy.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, first of all, you do have the movie star cheeks. So when you
Oh.
smile, you have a slight U here. That's your charm. That's your superpower, actually. So
Oh,
you can
okay.
use that to people actually like you immediately.
Right.
There's a certain attractiveness in that. I also see a little bump on your chin here, and that means you actually push yourself pretty hard.
Oh, okay.
You can be very social and you can be very cordial with people, but behind the scene you're really pushing. When you smile, I saw your gums,
Okay.
and that tells me that you're actually a generous person.
Right.
And that's why it came across in the conversation just now that you're not a product pusher, and you want to make sure that when you sell people, they are happy when they walk out of this shop. That's you.
Okay.
Okay. You also have a lot of positivity.
Okay.
Your eyes, or your professional side is actually tilting forward.
My what side?
Your professional side of your right side is actually your professional side, and your left side of your eye is actually straight, but your right side is tilting slightly upwards.
okay.
That tells me that you are very optimistic still about your career and about the business, and even if you are hit like COVID, you always try to look at the positive side of things. So most of the time, if I go back to your younger picture and if both eyes are up and your left side has come down, that means you actually became less positive about your relationship side. So the left side of your face might have collapsed a little bit. Okay?
Is this true for everyone?
Yeah.
So right side is always the professional side, is it?
Yeah, your right side is professional side.
Oh, okay.
And your left side is your personal side.
Ah,
so
I
it
see.
could be marital, it could be family, it could be your pet, it could be with your parents. You have a prolonged grief, and then it starts to drop down slightly.
Okay.
How much is that is true? Now I also see a little line on your left side,
Yes.
so it shows that you actually went through at least a short period of grief,
Yes.
or an impact that actually stunned you or shocked your system.
That is true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true. I also don't know exactly what it is, like death of grandma or
Right.
like a bad breakup. Okay, so yes, I have gone through some sad
Difficult
things.
periods.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's normal for most
Okay,
people.
so the one that impacts you most and actually shock your system in a way that your muscles your muscle
Wow,
features
that's
start to get a shock in there.
Yeah.
So if you look past your photographs and you see that when the line appear, that was the
Wow.
one that impact you.
Wow, I did not know that. I must have a closer look.
Okay.
That's very interesting. I mean, I saw that being able to face read is really quite a useful tool, I would imagine, when no matter what field you're in, I suppose, whether you are dealing with customers or like in HR, I read that's really good for assessing candidates.
Right, yeah. And I choose domestic helper for all my entire family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always spot on, so we pick out the good ones. We can even tell which are the ones that will bring baggage from their home, and they're going to be
How do you
worried.
tell about that?
It's the weariness on the face. It's written all over the face. So if you see some of your friends and they look so sad and so weather beaten and weary, it's exactly that.
So this is the white tea, so the baby leaves, and then these are like oolong tea, so they're more curled up, and then this is a pu'er tea. So tea actually has a whole host of benefits. So today I thought maybe we share a little bit about different types of tea for different maybe personality types. So if you're a person that loves wellness and beauty, then I would suggest having some white tea, because white tea is chock full of antioxidants. It's the least processed of all the teas, and antioxidants, they aid in cell renewal, so it really help you look younger, I hope, over time. And it's also got the least caffeine, so if you're someone who doesn't like very much caffeine, white tea is the one to reach for. And then if maybe the next kind of personality type, if you are a little bit if you have you work in a high stress environment, you experience some anxiety, then the GABA oolong is really great. So GABA is a new tea that we have brought in. GABA is quite a mouthful. It stands for gamma aminobutyric acid, and this is supposed to have really calming effects.
And if someone comes to your shop to your specialty shop to come and learn about tea, what is objective and what do they learn? Yeah.
So we introduce the different categories of tea leaves in the market, how to recognize them. We talk a little bit about Chinese tea history and culture. We talk about how to brew a perfect cup of tea the traditional way, so we call this Kung Fu style. And then lastly, we talk about tea and your health, because quite a lot of people are interested in that as well.
And how long will one session be, and roughly how much is it?
One session is about 1 hour. Sometimes if people have many questions, it could stretch longer, that's fine. It's $45.
Okay.
Just lost my train of thought there, yeah. And then they get to sample 4 different teas as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And later on they are able to purchase all the different types of tea from your shop.
Yes, everything is for sale.
Everything's for sale, guys.
Everything's for sale, yeah. Almost everything. And if not, then we have an online platform as well.
Oh, online?
Yeah.
What's the website?
The website is Yixing Xuan, so like our name, Yixing Xuan Teahouse.com.
Ba ba